Hello, everybody, and welcome back for another episode. Thank you for joining me today. Today, I want to do something a little bit different, not talk about an author or writing per se, but another artist who has had a tremendous impact on me as an author, and that is Frédéric Chopin, who is a composer from the Romantic era. So, I want to look at a piece of his music today and just kind of walk you through some of my thoughts as I listened to this piece and watched the performance of it. I really enjoy watching this video. Because I can see the performer's hand and see the different techniques that she's using. I studied classical music for a few years and learned all about some of the techniques I'll be discussing. So this is kind of my perspective as more of a fan and more of a, I guess more of an amateur and aspiring pianist. I think it's more important to hear that perspective and not the technical parts of it with theory and chord structure and those things, because that's a little bit more difficult to understand. So I'm going to be talking today just more about a visceral reaction I have to his music when I hear it and when I see it being played. So even though Chopin wasn't an author, he's influenced me tremendously. He's a great hero of mine. He's very inspiring, very interesting. Just reading his letters and correspondence, how he regarded himself, his work, his life, and just life in general. And I've absorbed a lot of his qualities that he uses in his music that I've translated into writing with some of his phrasing and kind of this arch of emotions, I guess you could say, throughout his works. So I hope you enjoy this video.
All right, so I guess as this video gets started, I just wanted to say that I usually tend to listen to more of Rubinstein and Horowitz, just because I know a little bit more about them, and obviously they're amazing performers. But it's interesting that each piece kind of has like a different performer plays it the way I like it, I guess. So there's not one performer that I listen to for every piece. It kind of varies piece to piece. So to be honest as well, I don't know a whole lot about this performer. I really like these videos. There's a few people I feel like with channels like this where they show them playing and these cool effects on the screen as well, which is pretty engaging. But as I watched this and I stumbled onto this video, I really liked this performance and this performer's technique. Was very impressed by it. So those are some of the things I'm listening for and looking for, and I'll be talking about as this video goes on. So the first thing that really stands out to me from a performance standpoint of Cassia, that is the name of this performer, is really this strong emphasis and really good technique on legato. So really connecting each note and letting go of a note while you're pushing down on the next note, so everything's very smooth and connected. And she does that a lot. It seems like kind of pivoting with her hands so that she can hold on to these notes and maintain that legato. I'm trying to look for specific examples that I could point out of that. Very good technique I noticed too as she's ascending and kind of tucking this thumb under to get into position, and that helps with legato as well. So very good technique throughout. And I've seen a couple of other videos as well, and just very flawless technique, it seems like. Very good with dynamics too, tempo. So Chopin's kind of known for rubato, which translates to rob time. So the performer kind of has some liberties about tempo, and they can slow things down and accelerate things. That was, I think, kind of the freedom that Chopin allowed. And he wasn't meant to be played strictly to a metronome like Bach and some of his predecessors. So that's one of the things that, among others, that really made him great. Very good control in her hand and her fingertips too. So looks like she's got a comfortable hand position with slightly curved fingers, which helps with dynamics. And in the left here too, this kind of pivoting, this sweeping motion, not lifting all the way up her hand from the keyboard, but kind of pivoting so that she can reach these arpeggios and these broken chords, again to help with the legato. So it's becoming pretty characteristic of Chopin. So experimenting a lot with dynamics. So nocturnes are usually meant to be pretty soft and gentle because they were meant to be written right before bedtime to kind of calm a person down and relax them. And this is very true of his pieces and just his character in general, where it seems like he can't really control himself. Like he has these kind of mood swings, if you will, in his music, where it's very, very soft and sweet, and then it gets very, very angry, and it kind of vacillates between those two extremes. And it's surprising to hear that in a nocturne. It's really, really pronounced in his ballades, where he kind of has more free reign of that, but in his nocturne, it's very indicative of his personality that he can't really control himself. So this section right here is very, very beautiful. It's my favorite, and it seems again that he's breaking the rules a little bit because it's getting pretty intense for a nocturne and kind of busy, and some tension, a lot of tension actually, between the hands and in the keys here. So from a performance standpoint, this is very, very difficult to do, to be kind of splitting your mind in two parts here and your hands in two parts, to be going in all directions in the left and then maintaining the right, going up and down the keyboard and maintaining that dynamic. We're honoring what's written and also bringing out the melody, which is in the right hand. So playing the left, even though they're deeper notes, playing it softly enough that it's not overbearing on the melody. And this is just very Chopin-esque again, with just the melodies and the music, just how beautiful it is. He's doing a lot of chordal things here, but it's just very, very beautiful. And his theory and everything that he uses, different chords, that's kind of above my head, all the chords and the structures and stuff, but as always with him, it sounds very, 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 very beautiful. So here's an example on the right hand, really honoring what's written in the score, where she held down this C note here the whole time, when she could have relied on the pedal to kind of cheat, but she honored that because that's what a great performer does, I believe. So very, very, very great attention to detail. And this is typical of Chopin too, kind of this brooding, heavy chord. I believe this is a C minor chord to end it here. A lot of doubling of the notes in both hands. So very, very true to him too, this kind of like brooding end, this heavy chordal end of his piece.
That is it for today, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a lot of fun for me to make and share with you. I hope you found it interesting, and I hope as well, if you're not familiar with Chopin and some of the classical romantic composers, hopefully it turns you on to them and you'll look into more of their works, because they're unbelievably, amazingly talented artists. So as always, please like and subscribe for more interesting content like this. And please leave your comments in the comment section. I would love to hear your insight, what you thought about this piece of music.